President Goodluck Jonathan on Tuesday, November 11, 2014, finally declared his intention to seek re-election after weeks of build-up, vowing to end the Boko Haram insurgency. This week's edition of the program is focusing on how the government hopes to tackle the insurgency, which has been a national challenge over the past 4 years and more. Hello there, welcome to the program this week. I'm Gloria Umezuke. Well, President Jonathan has finally formally confirmed that he will be running for the 2015 presidential election, but that is in spite of the Boko Haram insurgency, which has become the biggest headache his administration is facing. Well, I spoke to the special advisor on media and publicity on these security challenges and the state of the nation. But up ahead, President Jonathan has declared that his government would continue to place priority on the fight against insurgency, promising to equip the military to ensure that the Chibok girls are freed.
Exactly 4 years when he declared to run for the 2011 election, and 12 days after he obtained the party's nomination form, hundreds of Nigerians stormed the Eagle Square in the nation's capital, Abuja, to witness Dr. Goodluck Jonathan declare his intention to seek a re-election in the 2015 presidential race. Performances and event formalities taking, key members of the party took to the podium to deliver their solidarity speeches.
I make bold to say our president has led this country well. His transformation agenda is blooming in every sector. Under our beloved president, our country has continued to make remarkable progress.
We call on you to accept this endorsement. We call on you to carry on with the good work that you are doing. We agree that there is a requirement and the need for continuity, because continuity will ensure progress.
We are saying carry go. But Mr. President, we know that the route to 2015 is not going to be very smooth. But we are assuring you that at the end of the tunnel, victory is yours.
And the moment came when the man whom everyone gathered here to hear from walks up the aisle amidst cheers from the crowd. Before breaking the ice, President Jonathan first recounted the achievements of his administration, from issues bordering on security, job creation, and economic development.
We have had to deal with the wave of insurgency that has swept through some parts of our dear country. Only yesterday, Government Science Secondary School in Yobe State was bombed by insurgents, killing our promising young children who are seeking education to build the country. Clearly, this has cast a dark cloud on our nation, but we will surely win the war against terror. A number of young men and women have been kidnapped by these criminal elements, including our daughters from Chibok. We will surely get our daughters free. We must defeat terror.
And then he delivered the last part and perhaps the most anticipated portion of his speech.
Therefore, after seeking the face of God in quiet reflection with my family, and after listening to the calls of our people nationwide to run, I, Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Jonathan, I've accepted to present myself.
The race has now commenced in earnest. The real test for the gladiators begin as they strategize to outmaneuver one another on the field, but ultimately the electorate will decide who carries the day.
On our interview this week, I spoke to Dr. Reuben Abati, the Presidential Special Advisor on Media and Publicity. You're welcome, Dr. Abati, to the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, the president recently declared intention finally to run for the presidential ticket for 2015. This came in the middle of the insecurity issues that we are battling at the moment, and there's been a lot of negative, response to this.
It was a very glorious occasion. It was a very successful event. Nigerians, not just party faithful or party loyalists, turned up in large numbers at the Eagle Square, and the people who have commented on that particular event, they said that the president's speech was straight to the point. He spoke like a statesman. He gave account. He was focused. They also made the point that in terms of delivery, he was, a master, of the delivery. And if you looked at the attendance, Nigerians from all walks of life. In fact, the declaration was not just at the Eagle Square where he was physically present. Nigerians who believe in him also organized events in major capitals of the world, in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Canada. No other person who claimed that he is also aspiring to the office of the president has done any kind of declaration for that office this year as part of the lead up to the 2015 presidential election. One other thing I thought I should draw attention to, and this is what a lot of people have said, is that if you look at the pattern, it is as if at any time the government is having a major program or the president is about to have a major program, either on the eve of that major program or, around that particular time, you have one major security breach. And there are persons who have been asking questions that why is it that those, attacks are usually timed that way?
Talking about insurgency right now, we know, of course, it's easy for an incumbent to garner a lot of support. But in that speech that he read, he promised to crush insurgency. How exactly is he going to do this, given the situation? Over 4 years now, we haven't really seen tangible results.
If you go back to that speech, you look at it, you see that the way the speech is structured, within the first 10, 15, 16 paragraphs, the president dealt with the issue of national security because he knows, like everyone else, that is the thing that touches the heart of the average Nigerian most at the moment. It is something that generates, a sense of outrage. Anytime you hear that maybe a particular school has been attacked or, there has been an incident in any part of the country. And the president, needed to let Nigerians know that I understand your concerns. We are in this together. And I want to use this opportunity to reassure you again that government is not sleeping, that government will do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, whatever is required to ensure that the will of the terrorists, the will of evildoers, does not prevail in this country. And he also called for a minute's silence in memory of the children who were killed, in a school in Potiskum, in Yobe State. Okay? So, and he talked about a conversation. So the conversation is not about his personal ambition. The conversation is about the Nigerian project, which is one of the phrases he used in that speech. The conversation is about the future of Nigeria. The conversation is about collective action. And many of the more brilliant commentators on that speech, were immediately able to spot what the president was saying.
Over the years, Nigerians have gotten used to politicians making fine speeches, talking brilliantly about what they hope to do. And when they get into office, the opposite is, what plays out. But in this situation, we have the president who has been fighting the issue of terrorism for a while now. And instead of seeing positive things, in the lives of people out there, what we see is more and more bombings to show for it.
See, the president is the man in the kitchen. He feels the heat. And he's not running away from the heat. And he is saying, look, we're dealing with the situation. We'll continue to deal with it. We need your cooperation. Security is a challenge. It will have been a different thing if we had come to Nigerians and he had painted the picture of a nirvana, that the people are looking for. Instead, in that declaration speech, he confronted the issues. And having confronted the major issue that Nigerians have to deal with, or are dealing with, or are confronting, it had moved on.